What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be doing a quick review on the Discover Device DF3. I've had some time with this machine. It completed one full tattoo with it and some lines and stuff here and there with it. But I've got some good time with this machine and have had time to gather my thoughts on it. And yeah, so stick around, roll the intro.
Captain Ron's Ink Experience.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. Today we're going to be actually reviewing the Discover Device DF3. So yeah, we're just going to be a little bit different than just the old unboxing. I'm not going to tear it out of the box and run a cartridge through it. I'm just going to sit here and tell you my experience with this machine. We're going to wrap it. I'm going to wrap it for you, and then we're just going to do some small talk here and there. So anyways, the Discover Device DF3. Now you can find this on different sites for different prices. I found this one on eBay from a Chinese seller. I will have pop up here right now. If I got this for $99, there is options to get it with a different size grip. I believe it's a 30. This may be the 38 millimeter grip. There is a smaller grip. I chose the bigger grip because less tape. Or you can buy it on Amazon from, I believe it's a US seller, for around 160 bucks right now. There is a 20% coupon that goes with that, so I think that might take it down to like 140, 130. But yeah, so your choice, your decision. Now, I've been primarily running this machine with this Bronc R1 battery. I think this is a killer pair right here. Now, I did get this Bronc R1 battery off eBay as well from a seller that was selling it for like 16 bucks. So I wasn't too sure how it was going to be when I got it, but it was conditioned brand new. If I was to guess if it's been used, I would say no, but I've been using this battery almost exclusively with this machine since I've gotten both of them. But yeah, so the DF3 is an adjustable, a 6-7 stroke adjustable machine from Discover. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, your standard, 4.2 high, 2.4 low. Now, I haven't brought this thing down below 3.3 just because with my hand pressure and the way I tattoo, 3.6 is soft for me, very soft for me. So for me, shading right here, the perfect sweet spot for me shading was 3.9. That was good for me for putting in darks and brushing in lights. It just worked perfect for me at 3.9. Now, I also did try to run this thing with a actual power supply to see if I can get some better juice out of it, but the good news is that I wasn't able to tell the difference between using a battery and the power supply, which is usually the opposite. Usually, in my experience, when I'm using a name brand power supply like my Critical CX1G2, I seem to get a little bit more power out of these things, but that is just my experience. It could be all in my head. It's very likely. So I did write some stuff down here to mention in the video. So this has a 4 to 10 volt range. Put that right here, 4 to 10 volts. For me, 6.5, 7 volts shading. Sometimes 6, when I'm putting into the really soft, the lightest gray, silverback. The primary tattoo I did with this, that's the darkest one. I did this one, this lower of the dark series from Silverback. Great wash. Highly recommend this. It's almost gone, actually. I use this all the time, or as much as I can, honestly. And compare when I paired it, that single single 6 Silverback wash with my standard black, I was able to get some decent contrast out of it. So anyways, so 4 to 10 volts. At 8 volts, it runs at 6,500 RPMs, which I believe a subscriber told me why that was so low, because it's a eccentric wheel machine. It has an 1827 DC coreless motor, so not a brushless motor, which is pretty surprising. And you can tell it's got good power. At lining, of course, I did lining at 4.2. I did push a 9 with this when I first got it. It seemed to do okay on standard parts of the arm. Squishy parts, you got to go kind of slow, do a little bit more stretching, but that's like standard stuff, Everybody knows that. So, and the grip can be autoclaved. I don't know if you can see it, but You might be able to see this is a little bit lighter than this up here. It's because I've been throwing it in the sterilizer when it's done, and it seems to do just fine in there. So, but unfortunately with this machine, one thing I do not really like is you know, to get in there you have to take this apart. Not a huge fan of that. But what I did do is clean that all out, got all the super lube out of it, and I took a wipe, Cavicide or Maticide wipe, and I stuffed it in there, and then let it dry overnight, and that should hopefully kill everything in there. But yeah, just something to be aware of. You do have a way to access in here with these two screws. I'm not going to do that, simply because I don't have a screwdriver small enough to do that, and if I strip those out, I'll feel like an idiot. So, but yeah, it's got big chunky threads here on the end, so it's got good range. It's got good range here for throw. Right there. And then all the way back in. Yeah, I don't know if you can pick up the color on here, but this is like a little bit brown because of the high heat, the high temperature sterilizer I got. It's not an autoclave, but it's pretty much like throwing it in a really small oven. But yeah, so far this thing has been really fun to use. I've been liking to use it. So I actually might be considering using this thing for doing some shading, especially a good wireless option for a good shader. It has a cordless motor, so it does have that little extra power. It's got good range, you know, 4 to 10. I'm super happy with that. It does have this light on here when you turn it on. Some people don't like that. They think it's distracting. I don't really mind it, honestly. I don't even see it, you know, through this tube here. You know, you're not really seeing much. Honestly, I think the light is just like another way to drain battery, but you know, but what do I know? You know what I mean? But yeah, so 4.2 is your good liner. You know, 3.9, not much of a difference. Yeah, but 3.9 seemed to be the perfect stroke for me for shading and putting in the lights and the darks. You know, just penduluming it out. Did a good job for me. So I'm super happy with this thing, especially for only 99 bucks. You can't really beat it. You know, if you're going to be, you know, looking for something to be your first machine, I think this is a great option. You know, 99 bucks if you buy it from the seller that I bought it from. It's a great option, especially with a good battery like this Bronc R1. Maybe, yeah, really only, I have some Ava batteries that came with my EP7, but yeah, maybe one of these Peak batteries as well. These Peak batteries do well. This is for a Cheyenne machine. These Peak batteries are also really great. A little bit smaller than the Bronc R1, so, and you can always usually find these on sale as well. So if you're looking for a good battery to go with this machine, I would go with either one of these. I believe you can get this one for a little bit cheaper than this one, but the quality of these two is very comparable. So yeah, Bronc R1 battery for the win. I really like using this thing. It's a whole lot of fun. It just puts the shades in small, you know, and if you want to do something a little bit softer and take your time with it, you just you can of course just drop your stroke. Now something like unlike the mass flip, like you can, like when you change the mass flip strokes, you couldn't really feel like, you know, it was hard to explain, but sometimes you get it caught like right here and you're like, okay, is it at 2.7 or is it at 3.0? This one you can definitely feel it's hitting a lot it's softer, yeah, but it's you can definitely tell the travel is different. You know what I mean? It's traveling a lot further. But I mean, if you're a fast worker, you maybe turn it down a little bit lower. And if you work a little bit slower, turn it up a little bit higher. I work pretty slow, so up high works great for me. But yeah, great little machine. I mean, I've already got my money back for it, especially for and the battery as well. So, great little machine, a whole lot of fun, especially for 99 bucks. Different grip options. I mean, right now Amazon you can get it for 20% off. If you don't, I think I waited like 13, 12 days for this to get here from China. I think it was Timeless Tattoo Supplies where I ordered this from. I'll put the pop in right now. But yeah, good range, good option. So it gets a double thumbs up for me. Really fun. Really fun to use. It's got the cordless motor. It doesn't have the brushless. You know, they say that the brushless has a little bit more, has a longer lifespan, but for someone like me who tattoos, you know, twice a week, sometimes once a week, sometimes no times a week, just depends on how it works out. Great little machine, fun to use. I really enjoyed using this thing. It's always nice when you order something and you don't have very high expectations for it, and it just proves you're wrong. You know what I mean? Okay, so right now I'm going to go over how I wrap this thing really quickly. So I think I put it down this way. Yeah. So I'm going to go over the quick wrap. No, I just kind of wrap this thing like I would any other machine that allows me to wrap it like this. So I'm going to stretch my bag out here, my clipcord sleeve. Now typically I do this with my gloves off. I just make sure my hands are really clean. But for the sake of not getting eaten alive, I'm going to do this with my gloves on. So we're going to, sorry, I'm looking over the camera. So this is just a quick, easy way to wrap it. Then we put our, okay. Now, if you want to throw this thing in the sterilizer, I don't think you would necessarily have to put barrier film on here. I do put barrier film on here just for my sake and my safety sake and other people's. So that would make it a low risk, I believe. So I'll kind of take a quarter of a chunk of film. Cut a quarter off of it, little square. Then I'll take the half. I did not cut off of, and I'll put it right here. Kind of wrap it on the edge here. Now it does kind of have a hard time sticking to this, texture on here. But it seems to be okay. Once you get it on the film itself, it does just fine. Boom. Just like so. Then we'll take our wrap here. Now I'm going to do a couple of them because it's already pretty big. It's enough for me to, if I need to squeeze it, it's not just on metal. And kapow. And we're going to take our just like that, nice and easy, you see? That only took me 2 seconds. Anyways, I knew I was doing something different there. I was doing it backwards. So anyways, yeah, boom, there it is. Put a piece of tape right here. You're wrapped up, baby. You're still able to adjust your strokes here. Still able to adjust our strokes here. Boom. Just like that. Cool. Anyways, yeah, this is a short one today, guys. Discover Device DF3, 2 thumbs up for me. Really like using this thing, especially for only $100. I mean, you get good voltage range, you get a cordless motor, you get a sterilizable grip, it's easy to wrap, and yeah, Love it. It's been a whole lot of fun. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'd love to answer them in the comments below. Thank you for tuning into the Captain's Ron Inc. experience, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.